Hey everyone, my name is Paige, and the journal I will be discussing is Comparison of Behavioral Intervention and Sensory Integration Therapy on Challenging Behaviors of Children with Autism. To jump right in, the purpose of the study was to compare the effects of sensory integration therapy and behavioral intervention of challenging behavior of 10 different kiddos diagnosed with ASD, and I have a couple of visuals over there to help describe the differences. A functional assessment was performed for each child studied to identify the variables maintaining the challenging behaviors. Then the results of these assessments were used to design a function-based behavioral intervention for each participant. Methods, the operational definitions of each challenging behavior were created and written after direct observations. Each participant's operational definition was written by the author of the study. I feel like this was important to highlight because, as we know, the operational definition is crucial to get those good measurements in, because they provide that clear definition. Without that operational definition, then it could be confusing or it could lead to disagreements on what's being measured, leading to inaccurate and unreliable results. So having the same person write those prevents any of that. During the intervention phase and follow-up, the child's frequency of challenging behaviors were measured in event recording. Then the total of all challenging behaviors observed were recorded for each participant. The daily sessions, in order to compare the different effects of sensory and behavioral intervention on rates of challenging behavior, participants received 2 treatments in alternating sequences. Each treatment was delivered, and then the data was recorded within 10 daily sessions. Daily sessions were 5 hours in duration, typically ran how the kid would live their everyday life in the therapy setting, and then the follow-up probes were conducted for 2 daily sessions, 1 month following the intervention. The results led to that the function-based treatment and behavioral interventions were more effective in reducing the levels of these challenging behaviors versus the sensory integration therapy. The sensory integration therapy resulted in increased challenging behaviors that were maintained by the environmental variables. But the participants that showed the functions of automatic reinforcement for the challenging behaviors responded differently to the sensory integration therapy. To go on to discuss further, the analysis, I thought this was really interesting. The analysis of the saliva sample showed lower levels of cortisol and very little stress responsivity across the sensory integration therapy condition and the behavioral intervention condition. And this could be related to the participant's ability to perceive stress in terms of social significance. So this kind of goes deeper into like a more biological setup of how they respond to things. That could lead to more research and whatnot. The author also suggested that if the sensory integration therapy is chosen to assess the behavior's function before the intervention, we all know how important this is, using simple methods such as screening tools or questionnaires about the behavioral function to inform the professional in charge could help maintain the environmental variables and help prevent the problem behavior, and this could help avoid any situations where the sensory techniques could increase the problem behavior. So the application within this journal could be a great resource for my personal field work, and anyone who wants a career like as an ABA, because challenging behaviors are what we most commonly face. It's very important to highlight that each client is different, so they will need different treatments. There was only one client that needed the sensory integration therapy out of the 9, and sometimes it just goes to show that you could be in that situation where you feel like you've tried everything, but sometimes for those clients, the other option works better. So this could help someone open their eyes to a different technique that could work better for that specific client. And providing articles such as this one could help further collaborations and knowledge. Here is my citation. Thank you.